Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shepherd Minseong, a shepherd of Collingwood House Church. I currently serve on the praise and worship team during the first service and as a preparation team leader for the third service. Today, I would like to share an insight that God has graciously given me through a journey in my workplace, an experience through which I revealed my heart and taught me an important lesson. As many of you may know, I'm currently working as a registered nurse at a hospital in Sydney. Although it still feels as though I graduated from university quite recently. Now in my fifth year of my nursing career. I recall clearly that during my HC years, I promised myself that my nursing degree would be the final qualification I would ever pursue. I strongly disliked studying, writing academic essays, and learning from textbooks. One of the reasons I chose nursing was simply because the degree required only 3 years of studies. By God's grace, I was able to secure a permanent position at my current workplace. Among my colleagues and managers, I'm often regarded as diligent, efficient, and trustworthy nurse, although also known as someone who rarely takes on overtime. As I'm now considered as a senior nurse, I am frequently asked by colleagues, managers about my future plans. Questions such as, do you plan to remain in nursing long term? Or have you considered becoming a senior clinician / manager or nurse specialist? Until recently, I had never given much thought to my long-term career. I valued working regular hours, finishing on time, and not carrying additional responsibilities beyond my role. While senior positions offered greater financial rewards, they also involved increased responsibility and further study, something I was unwilling to pursue. As an avoidant method, I would often say, God would lead me wherever He wants me to be. At the beginning of last year, during the singles camp, one of the guest speakers encouraged us to challenge yourself if that could make you to draw close to God. That message deeply impacted me. I realized that I had always avoided challenges and remained within my comfort zone. I believed God desires His children to grow, not for worldly success, but so that our lives may glorify Him and advance His kingdom. However, I also came to understand that without taking any steps forward, nothing would change, and I was limiting how God could work through me. Over the years, my managers had recognized my potential and gently encouraged me to progress further. I had consistently declined these opportunities. However, after the camp, I decided that if challenging myself would help me to go close to God, I would be willing to try. The following week, my manager asked me to apply for the senior position that had already been closed. When I mentioned this, he encouraged me to submit my CV regardless. That same day, after work, I updated my CV, which I had not revised in 4 years, and submitted it. In the subsequent week, I was asked to temporarily cover the manager's position in my unit. I served in that role for approximately 1 week, during which I quietly hoped I might continue in the position for a longer period. However, this did not happen. Another colleague unfortunately covered the role for the majority of the time. Although this colleague was more junior than me and had previously been under my supervision, I knew this person was highly capable. Following this experience, I encountered a feeling I had never experienced before. It was jealousy. Actually, it was more than a jealousy. It was envy. I reflected deeply on the reason for this reaction and realized that I was envious because this person had ambition and a willingness to challenge themselves. In contrast, I had never actively sought leadership or growth opportunities. I had merely accepted what was offered to me. This realization was confronting. I had never experienced such strong envy towards another person. As a believer, I trusted God would provide what was best for me, yet I struggled emotionally. Because this colleague had been close to me, I found it difficult to interact with them, and these feelings resurfaced whenever I saw them. I had no one to share these emotions with except my house church members. In response, I began to pray earnestly. Through prayer, God revealed my heart. He showed me how greedy and fearful I had been, desiring growth without being willing to embrace challenge or sacrifice. Most convicting of all, I realized that I had used God's name to justify my inaction, saying that I would move only if God clearly opened the door, while refusing to take any step of faith myself. This realization deeply humbled me. I was grateful for God for revealing my sin and allowing me to repent. God desired my growth, but I had prevented it through my unwillingness to act. After this, I made a firm decision to challenge myself, not pursuit of worldly success or status, but in obedience to God's leading. I had decided to commence a master's degree in mental health this year. I have committed this decision to God, trusting that He is guiding this journey. Through this process, God has broken my stubbornness and my long-held belief that I should avoid challenge. I'm deeply thankful for this, for His patience, correction, and grace. I kindly ask for your prayer as I continue this journey. Thank you for listening, and God bless all.